Welcome to episode 3 of the Zillathor podcast. So, been a week, been working my fucking ass off, and it feels absolutely amazing. I'm putting out the most content as volume of content that I have to date, and it's only going to get more and more. Definitely feeling 100% accomplished for this week. Been pushing more stuff on Instagram. Had like a wee mini photo shoot. Got some photos. Few days worth of stuff to upload. Then I'll get some more. Been streaming on Twitch every single day. And I've been really enjoying it. I've been playing I played through BioShock. I'll be hits with BioShock 2, and I'm starting Infinite tomorrow. But I've had a lot of fun doing that. Just kind of trying to find some more games to play to finish out October, kind of spooky month kind of vibes. Trying to find games that fit that bill. So, plenty of that to look forward to. And I'm also working on some new stuff. Probably gonna see it more on Instagram and stuff, but you might see it on Twitter and all that there. Which is good shit to look forward to. Hopefully gonna be a lot of fun. I'm really excited to make some more content and share it with everybody. What else has been going on? The list of stuff to talk to today, little bit short, but that's because I wanted to get into another segment. I'm gonna get to probably midway through the thing. I'll probably put a timestamp or something for when I switch up if you're looking for that. Starting my segment Twitch thoughts. That's gonna be somewhere. You probably just have to scroll through it and find it. I don't know what way to section stuff up. I don't know how it works yet. But that's gonna be coming up. Like I said, I've been putting out loads of content on Instagram and stuff, and this third episode of the podcast, and a lot of support from friends and people saying good shit. I watched this, I like this bit, and the photos are doing well. I'm happy enough with them. Got another 3 to upload Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so they're going to be a lot of fun. Actually really good. I'm really happy with how they turned out. My sister helped me take some photos, and then I edited them and got a few prepared. So a lot of good shit to come up. Getting a lot of good support, and it got me on thinking about supporting people. And supporting people doesn't have to be monetarily or whatever. It can just be liking their post or commenting on their post, and just telling people they're doing a good job. Made me think more about how. So there's weird dynamic in the back of my mind where I'm more open to comment on a guy friend's post versus a girl's post, because of the stigma behind a comment being creepy or something. But I want to support people when they're doing shit. Third episode in a row, I'm gonna say it. I love when people are doing shit, and I want to comment on it, and I want to big people up. But there's almost this stigma behind commenting on somebody's post that you want something out of them, and when it happens to be a girl's post you're commenting on, then it gets perceived a certain way. I'm curious to see what other people think about that. You should support your friends of all genders, whatever. But there's just a stigma behind commenting on a female's post. I don't know why. I think it's just built in the back of my mind, or that I don't want to be perceived a certain way. But it's just how it is. I'd like to hear what you think. Because I had this great idea for because I'm always thinking of new content to do, and stuff that can fit into the week. I was thinking of doing something like shout out Sundays, where I pick a friend or someone I know who's doing some good shit that I'm enjoying, and just tell them I appreciate what they're doing. I like what they're doing, and share their stuff with everyone else so they can see it too. Thought it would be a pretty good idea. Obviously, I don't have tons of followers, but it's just that we like, hey, good job is would mean it means so much when people say that to me. I'm sure other people would feel kind of the same. So that's an idea I was thinking of doing. Shout out Sundays. Probably going to be on the Instagram, but maybe I'll like tab between Instagram and Twitter because I have friends on Twitter and I have friends on Instagram. That's my main place where I kind of interact with them. Um, but it's like hard to find the. It's hard to know where you are with somebody because like some. It's weird because you have to define friend before you can place someone in in that box. And I feel like when you don't know how the other person perceives the relationship between you and them, then it's hard to go like that because then it just looks like you're trying to get something out of them. It's a weird dynamic to think about. But regardless, I don't really I try not to care about it because I want to support people. That's just how it is. Um, yeah, that's enough of that. That's what I wanted to talk about. Going to get into my next segment. This is a segment I was actually thinking of bringing on from the start of the podcast or whatever, but I kind of didn't have a lot of things going on then. Twitch thoughts, things I think about Twitch and having a discussion about them and stuff like that. There, at the start of the week, I kind of messed around with. So on the Twitch dashboard, there's a wee box up the top that tells you how many people's watching. Usually when my stream it sets at 2 because I have my stream on my computer and I have the stream up on my phone to make sure everything's alright. That's where I usually sit. And on Monday I tried turning it off because most people say don't get too caught up in the numbers, don't worry about turn your viewer count off, it doesn't matter how many people are there. But I found it being this weird dynamic where even though there could have been like one more person there could have been three instead of the two. I just felt like I was kind of just. It felt more like I was talking to myself, more like I was shouting into the void, and I didn't. It was a weird dynamic for me. It made me feel like I was just alone talking to myself, rather than if I have that number up there, then I'm able to see. Oh, somebody stopped in. Oh, the number went up. Oh, it went back down. Fair enough. Somebody stopped in. That means somebody's seeing your stuff. You're not just. It just feels like it's not going out if I didn't see the number. It's weird. It's a weird thing to think about because most people say, again, turn the viewer count off. Don't worry about it. Just be you. Do your thing. It was a weird place. Weird. It just lined me up in a different way, and it made me feel a different way. Not being able to see that number. It was just odd. Something to think about and talk about. I think I'm going to keep the viewer number up until maybe I have regulars because if people with being a smaller stream, not everybody comes in and chats, but the number bumping up means somebody has come in or has been there. So I think maybe once I have like somebody regular in the chat type thing, then I'll turn the viewer number off because it really doesn't matter. But at the stage I'm at now, I feel like it does because it just set the dynamic different for me. It was good. I've been trying a couple of different things over the past while. I because it's October, I've been in a kind of spooky month, and I'm playing some games, and it made me think about at what point do you drop a game or move on from a game when it's not working in the way that you thought. Obviously, you don't want to think about the numbers. The numbers are quite important when you're picking a game or something to play. If say I picked a game, I was enjoying it, fair enough, but the number didn't tick up, it didn't go anywhere, there was no interest, then it wasn't working for me. Because the purpose of your stream is to get people to see it. You're not just streaming for no reason. Like everybody says, don't worry about it, but you're streaming because you want people to see it, and you want to interact with people and talk to people and share a game experience with people. But if you're playing a game that maybe doesn't have a big directory, the directories on Twitch are the game categories. So I've been kind of working on how to better like read a directory. So the main things you can see about a game directory on Twitch is you see how many people are watching it right now, how many people follow the directory, and then you can kind of get a gauge for how many people are actively streaming that game in that category. I feel like you need to get a good balance of the three, because if you go into a directory that say has a big number of people watching it, decent amount of people following it, but then thousands and thousands of streams, it's going to be harder for you to get that one person to pick out your stream. You're like jumping in a deeper pool that doesn't have that many people fishing in it. You know, if that's a good analogy, like there's plenty of fish in the pool, and people could pick one out. Fair enough, but if there's only X amount of lanes get into the pool, then your chances of getting caught are just significantly lower. On the other hand, if there's a game with not many people streaming it, fair enough, but then again, there's loads of people following it, then it means that the interest is there for the game, or was at one point, because people follow and kind of forget. But then there's not a diverse selection of streams to pick from. I think them directories are kind of good, because you're then giving somebody another option, and there's more chance of somebody picking you out of that crowd. So I think I need to kind of get better at reading directories and when it is going to be good for me to stream a game, because you have to kind of balance it with, if there's loads of hype on a game, there's going to be loads of people playing it, but then you're less likely to get picked from that thing. But this could all not matter if you're not enjoying the game in the first place. A lot of people kind of meme on, oh, you want to be a streamer, you're going to play Fortnite, but the Fortnite directory, I think, is probably one of the worst as a, like, when it comes to like numbers. Obviously there's good people making good content on there, but when you actually analyze it, there's hundreds of thousands of people streaming in that category, and then like say 100 of them are like have like 0 viewers, 200 of them have 1 viewer because they have their thing up, and then another 300 on top of that have 3 viewers. You're going to fit into that three viewer slot. You're now in 300 people pool. There's 300 people in this pool, and inside that pool is in the bigger pool of Fortnite. You're just not going to get seen unless you're big. You don't pick up numbers in directories like that. Now, if you're just enjoying a game, maybe you're playing with friends, maybe that's just what you want to do that day, fair enough, go ahead, play Fortnite. But maybe take a thought into, is this what I need to be streaming right now, or what I want? Obviously you're playing it, you want to stream, you could want to stream it, sorry, stammering, but it may not be the best for growth or your channel in that certain time. Maybe when it dies down a bit more, maybe the pool shallows out a bit, then fair enough, hop in, get picked out, maybe meet a friend, all that stuff. Then you have a new member of your community. That's awesome. What else did I want to talk about? Okay. So, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but I was talking about networking and how I thought it was hard to keep it I was thinking coming at it from the, like this moral sense of like you've labeled it networking, so you're trying to talk to people with the thought of getting something out of it. I kind of think I kind of changed my stance on it a bit because I realized that networking doesn't have to be going into people's like going into streams. It doesn't have to be like going into a directory and going down and talking to people and all that. There, it can just be interacting with people. Like go into your favorite stream and talk to your friends, or go on Twitter and interact with different people in the community. I think once I looked at it from that direction, it came a lot. It's becoming a lot easier. Like I'm kind of just interacting with people in the Twitch community and kind of just vibing with people because it doesn't. You don't have to get a follower out of it right away or get something out of it at all. It could just be an interaction with someone, and then maybe next time they see you, it's like, oh, that's that guy I was talking to on Twitter. See what his stream's about, or what my other content's about. It made me think about it a different way, and now I feel better doing it. It doesn't have to be this thing you have to sit down and take an hour to do, or like a task you have to set yourself. You can just chat with people. It makes it a lot easier. A lot easier when I think about it that way. It was like I'm having a lot of fun talking with people on Twitter and stuff. It is awesome, the conversations you can have on there. Sorry, messing with the screen. Another Twitch kind of thought or dynamic that I was thinking about is managing ads as best you can. I know one like wall you hit when you're trying to like browse a stream, or like even if it's streams you like follow and know. Some people, me included, fair enough. If you click on somebody's stream just to see what they're doing and you get hit with an ad, your interest fades really quickly. It's like I don't want to watch that whole ad, like the whole 2 minute ad, just to go in and be like, oh, they're doing this. I don't want to watch that. Bye. When you're an affiliate or a Twitch partner, then you get the ability to run ads, and kind of when you run an ad, it disables the pre-rolls for your stream, which is the pre-roll ads. The ads people have to watch before they get in, unless they're subscribed or something like that. I've been doing this a lot, and I feel like it's kind of working to where I have the two viewer mark up there, maybe even 3, but it just I've got 3 viewers. You don't make money off ads. It's like 2 cents per 1,000 people. It's tiny. Don't know if I should disclose that, but fuck it, people know it. If you run the ad when you're not doing something or when you're taking a break, then that's 20 solid minutes of somebody. You basically open the door for 20 minutes to let somebody come in without the restriction of having to watch the ad. I feel like that's a tip you could give a lot of, like, obviously you have to be on Twitch for a bit to get affiliated. You may have people watching already or whatever, but that's a tip you could give an affiliate. Run an ad when you're not doing something, and it opens the door for 20 minutes for more people to come in. It honestly feels more welcoming if you just come into a stream and you're right into the action. Like that, the pre-roll being disabled for 20 minutes opens somebody up to hopping in on that action, and it honestly feels really good. I feel like I've seen a boost in the amount of people who click on the stream, the number ticks up, they stay for that wee bit longer rather than just ticking up, ticking down, and they're gone again because they didn't want to watch an ad. They weren't invested in you yet to watch that ad. I feel like a while ago, years ago, I would have ad block enabled on Twitch. I have ad block on my browser, obviously, because you don't want to see loads of ads all the time, and some ads can be malicious, so it kind of protects you in a certain way. But I disabled the ad block on platforms that I was creating on or that I had an investment in. Like Twitch, I obviously had an investment in people. I subscribe to people because I want to support them. But watching that ad is the same, can be the same kind of support. Like you're watching that ad that directly supports your favorite streamer or whatever. So I have now disabled ad block on both YouTube and Twitch. It obviously gets in the way a bit. You watch an ad, but I feel like I couldn't morally have ad block on platforms I'm actively trying to grow on, because it takes away from it takes away from the people who you're watching. But that person could be me, with the content I'm putting out. That person could be me, and it's almost like taking money out of your own pocket. Obviously, I'm not making money right now, but that's the line of thinking I'm kind of going with. Yeah. So the Twitch thoughts kind of idea came very quickly with wanting to do a podcast, because I find it hard to find someone that gives a genuine thought about the things behind Twitch. Like, I talk about numbers and I've talked about ads and I've talked about all that there. Not I don't know if, like, there's a genuine place for people that like a genuine, it's hard to word because I don't want to be like mean, but there's a lot of people who kind of seem disingenuous when they're given advice or things on Twitch. It's like, you're giving that advice, but what grounds do you have to stand on that, or stand to give that advice? I'm coming at it from an angle that this is where I'm at now. This is the advice I'm giving now. This is my thoughts and processes, and look into that. So then you can take on that wee bit of information, have a thought about it, and then progress from there. It's kind of like a give and take. I'm actively like thinking out the things behind the scenes. So I'm thinking of the things behind the scenes, but I'm also open to opinion and discussion and changing my thoughts on this, that, or the other, like networking and game choice and directory. I'm open to changing my thoughts on that, because I think that's because I'm going through the thought process verbally, mentally. I'm like verbalizing my thought, so then both me and the viewer can progress from that thought. That was the main motivation behind me wanting to do Twitch thoughts. Thanks for hanging out. That's all I want to talk about today. Got a lot of content coming for Instagram, more games I want to play on Twitch, more things I want to mess around with doing on Twitch. Keep an eye out for that. And obviously the podcast is uploaded every Wednesday, so look forward to that. Peace out.